Hello guys, and welcome back to F1 2015 Career Mode. We're here for episode 8 for what's going to be the Austrian Grand Prix. You see the championship standings there, taking a look into those after the run of the recent results we've had, especially the last two races where, spoiler alert, we picked up the win in both of those, Monaco and Canada. So now we're looking for the hat-trick here at Austria, eking into the lead of Lewis Hamilton, now just 39 points behind, seeing if we can close it up yet further for this Austrian Grand Prix. So let's head out over there, see what we can do for this part 8 of F1 2015 Career Mode.
Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon where qualifying is about to start here in Austria. So sit back and enjoy the afternoon session. Most of today's current crop of racing drivers haven't driven this track before, so adding in the element of rain should provide us with a fascinating qualifying session.
The drivers should be up to speed for the dry weather with some track running and dozens of hours in the simulator, but one thing that can't prepare you for are these tricky conditions, so it may take some time for the less experienced drivers to readjust.
Right, well, it's qualifying. As you can see, it showers, so it's raining, which, as far as I'm aware, I haven't actually driven on this game at all before this point, so this could get a little bit interesting. So, let's have a look. I don't really know what to do with the setup. I don't know where to go. Yep, thanks, Jeff. Cheers. Let's have a look. Spielberg. There we go. Load that up. So I don't know. Is there any way to find out what the weather's going to do for the race, or no? I'll take that as a no. Well, I'm going to go low wings just because. Why not? So let's head out onto the track then and see what we can do for qualifying. So first lap completed. This is 16.4. Not a clue where that's going to put us, but we're just going to carry on our way and see if we can improve on this second lap possibly. So last lap of the run. This should be an improvement of sorts, and it is. A 15.3 moves us up to P5. Still a second off the top pace though, so we need to try and find out where we're losing that time. Maybe a fresh set of vinters will do the job. Who knows? Let's find out. So here we go then, end of another lap. What's it going to be? It's a 15.0, we stay 5th, but we do improve ever so slightly. So here we go, end of another lap. This should be an improvement, and it is. It's up to P3, 14.5. So we tried one more lap, but it's been an awful lap, so it's not going to be an improvement. So that is the end of qualifying. And it'll be P3 behind the two Mercedes for the grid tomorrow. Not a bad result in the intermediate conditions, but let's see what the weather's going to be like for the races. That could be crucial, as we haven't yet run in the dry around this track.
It's been a mighty qualifying performance from Mercedes today, with both cars on the front row for the race tomorrow.
They're going to be unstoppable in the race tomorrow. That's if they can stay 1-2 by the end of the first corner, as there are some fast starters behind them.
So there you have it, Hamilton ahead of Rosberg by 0.03 of a second. Quarter of a second back is ourselves, ahead of the two Ferraris of Vettel and Raikkonen. So crucial thing's going to be, as usual, the poor starts that we seem to be getting. Making sure we can try and do something about that. Try and maintain P3 at least by turn 1 and see what we can do into turn 2 possibly. But the race is tomorrow. Let's head out there and see what we can produce for the Austrian Grand Prix.
Welcome one and all to Spielberg for today's race, the Austrian Grand Prix. The circuit is owned by Red Bull. One might think this will give them an advantage. Only time will tell. Lewis Hamilton starts on pole today, and with the blistering pace he's shown all weekend long, it shouldn't come as a surprise if he leaves the opposition in his wake during the race today.
He's definitely going to be difficult to beat today, but anything can happen, so we'll have to keep a close eye on how this unfolds over the course of the race.
The dominant force so far this season has been Mercedes. They have the best car and two of the best drivers on the grid. It's hard to not see them maintaining their ascendancy throughout the rest of the season.
Mercedes have such a great setup, they have great leadership, and in Lewis and Nico they have two drivers that are capable of winning the World Championship. I guess their hardest challenge is trying to manage the intense competition between their drivers.
Right, so it's overcast apparently, according to the build up to the race, but definitely looks bright sunshine to me. So, what are we looking at? 3 stops, really? Right, okay. I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, it's a very short track. Do you really need 3 stops around here? Surely tyre can't be that bad, although we are looking at super softs and softs for option and prime. 36 laps, so trying to think of what we can do. So I've never driven this track, so I never played it on F1 2014, and this is the first encounter on F1 2015, so I've got no idea what to expect. Surely we can push that though. Surely it's not going to be worth an extra pit stop with it being such a short lap around here. Maybe try and go lap 11 and then lap 22, same as Canada basically, or kind of like Canada. 11, 22 and then through to the end. Who knows? We'll call it. We'll see. We'll have to see. Obviously, we've got fresh tyres to start on, which is good. That should be able to at least make us extend that first stint. So we'll have to just see how it's feeling at the time as it comes to sort of lap 8 or so. See if we're going to have to be coming in or not. But that's enough of that. We're going to have to head out onto the track then to see what we can do off the line. So here we go. Lights on. And it's not been a bad start. One of the Ferraris is having a look at us though. We've managed to hold that round the outside though, just for now, as the 2 Mercedes romp off into the distance. But we're good for P3 at the moment. Just about managed to hold off Vettel as he came storming into turn 1 there. Maybe a bit rude from us, but it caught us a little bit by surprise. It had such a run at that final corner. Straight line speed really not looking like our forte today. As we've got absolutely no pace compared to the Mercedes at the moment. So we've got to hope that strategy wise we can do something to upset them, but I doubt that's going to be on the cards either. We've got yellow flags for here then. There's a bit of front wing on the ground there. What's the goings on? So it's Rosberg coming up to pass Hamilton, and there's contact. And Rosberg's lost his front wing, and so has Hamilton. Unbelievable scenes. Let's have a look back at that. So here they come. Rosberg with DRS. He goes to the left, Hamilton, and then turns into the back of Hamilton, and they both smash into the wall. And that's both of their front wings gone. Oh, dearie me. What on earth? So they're both now going to have to pit. Of course. Stacked behind each other, and that's going to be them. Well, I'm not going to rule them out of the race just yet, as I'm getting so excited I can barely keep my own car on the track, and they're still battling side by side and off the track. Absolute carnage going on here. We're still side by side with Hamilton, who needs to be on the right hand side of the track to pit. That is going to get very messy. Oh my word. Raikkonen's gone off. That is a massive crash. What has happened there? It's all kicked off on this lap of the race. Let's have a look. So let's ride on board with the Williams. Hopefully that'll give us the best view. So you got us on the right up ahead there. That's Vettel passing Raikkonen. So Raikkonen's the Ferrari directly ahead of us. So it's Vettel and Rosberg coming together. There's more contact. More contact, and it's still kicking off. That is absolutely incredible. Let's have a look here. So what we got happening? So here comes the massive train down into the penultimate corner, and there's just multiple bits of contact. Raikkonen goes off. Then in the aftermath, you've got the two Mercedes trying to get back to the pit lane and spinning out the Williams. That is absolutely mental. What that means now is that it's me and Vettel battling for the lead of the race, and he's going through with DRS. but we're going to defend that position. And we've got a real chance here of possibly winning this race now. Obviously you can't rule out the Mercedes just yet, long way to go. But even so, what an opportunity we've been graced with today. So here comes Vettel again with the DRS. We're going to go defensive. And again, Vettel has to back out of it, and he's even going to be under pressure from Massa here. And Massa will go through. Indeed he is. Massa has passed the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel. So you can see side by side into turn 1. And Vettel's just going to go too wide. Massa gets a run out the corner. And then just simply pulls over to the right and just drags past him. Vettel down to P3. Although Vettel has come straight back at Massa. They're still going at it. And it's Vettel who does get the position back eventually. So here comes Vettel with the DRS. And Massa also with the DRS. But we're a bit late on the brakes there. The back end is gone. We've got no rear tyres at all. And Vettel's through. I think we are going to have to do a 3-stop, you know. These tyres just cannot hold up. We're just going to lose way too much time. Right, come on then. Tyres. Option. Here we go. So it looks like the AI possibly going for a 2-stop, so we've got hope that their tyre wear is going to be awful. Which didn't look that bad, to be honest. Here we go then. Come on then. Good stop. 2.3. It'll do. It'll do. So we've got a nice clear track. Hamilton is now behind us somehow. I don't know what strategy the Mercedes are going to be on at the moment. Mary decides to finally get out of the way. Alonso up ahead is easy meat as well. So it looks like the AI now coming in, so it looks like they're bang on a 2-stop window. All the cars in the pit lane, so we should be coming out in P1 as far as I'm aware. And indeed we are, and we've got a nice gap over Vettel, but of course Hamilton's still the car actually behind us at the moment. See tyres really going off at the end of this stint. Vettel well inside DRS range now. This is the lap that we're going to be pitting at the end of, so I want to be staying ahead of Vettel if I can. There's got yellow flags and a front wing laying on the track there. Still yellow flags up ahead apparently. Not sure what's going on. There's a slow car coming up. This Jensen Button's got a left rear puncher. And Vettel gets caught right behind him, and they're both swerving. And finally Vettel is released. And again another break that goes in our way this weekend. Surely this luck's going to be turning around at some point. Right, in we come then. So we got a nice break on that lap. I'm going to refuel myself with a little sip of tea. Here we go. Lovely. Just the ticket. Right, 2.4. We'll take it. No lost wheel nuts, no sticky wheels. That's all good. It's going to be close with Ricardo on the exit. If the game actually lets me shift, which it doesn't, go fuck yourself. At least we will get DRS. So, DRS active, but Ricardo's still quite a way down the road. This is going to be a dive bomb if I've ever seen one. And it is. We still haven't got the move done. Ricardo's still there, and he keeps the position. Ricciardo inadvertently doing a massive favour for his ex-teammate Sebastian Vettel, though we've got a great run up the hill here. Up the inside into the tarmac corner, job done. A few more cars in the pit lane here, I'm not sure if that's anyone that we need to be concerned about. It's not. Will we get DRS? Yes, we will. Let's have a look, what can we do? So straight drag race, we've got rich mixture. We've got DRS, we passed the detection point. And a bit of contact there as Massa not particularly willing to let up that position, but that's job done. DRS as well, good stuff. Vettel now up ahead. They should be pitting at the end of this lap if my calculations are correct. Vettel closing the gap by these last couple of laps, been around a second a lap as we fucking ruined the pit entry for no reason, out of our control. Either way, here we go. Final pit stop, 11 laps on the primes. Here comes Vettel to pass us. 2.6. What are you doing, Taro? So, what are you doing? Fuck's sake, the automatic driving on this game, even though pit assist is off, it still decides to take control of the car and not that you'd actually do proper inputs, and it just fucks you up. Either way, we're in pretty much a net P2. Quite a long way behind Vettel at the moment, so we've got to hope that we're, I don't know, we're not particularly faster, well, we're not faster than the Ferraris. Prime tyres are not going to be our forte. All we've got to hope for is tyre wear on the Ferrari is going to be awful. So, as we come round to start the final lap of the Austrian Grand Prix, you see our lap times have dropped off. We've been catching Vettel slowly, but nowhere near enough. So, our tyre wear's been pretty poor. His tyre wear drop off has been pretty poor as well, but nowhere near enough for us to catch him. Unfortunately, no more luck has been on our side in terms of accidents. You can see he's up there in that gaggle of cars somewhere. So I was hoping for some sort of accident or something. Unfortunately, nothing came about. So we've got Sal behind us now. He's about to try and unlap himself. We're that slow. But obviously, you know, considering the circumstances and everything that's happened in this race, P2 is an absolutely mega result. Mercedes taking themselves out of contention, Raikkonen being taken out of contention, one of the other Williams also being taken out of contention as Hamilton does a 109.2, which is absolutely ridiculous. But ultimately, it means nothing, as we've got just 2 more corners to go. Sebastian Vettel wins the Austrian Grand Prix, and it's going to be ahead of ourselves, who takes P2 here at Spielberg, and then crashes into the wall and does an absolutely mental spin. But there's your podium: Sebastian Vettel from Max Verstappen from Felipe Massa. What a race in terms of action and carnage for the AI. For us, nothing too spectacular, but it's another podium and it's another load of points gained on, well, the Mercedes of Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. That's going to make the championship interesting, as obviously next time out we're heading to Silverstone, where who knows what to expect. This track we were absolutely nowhere really on raw pace. Hopefully the more high-speed track might suit us.
After an imperious drive today, it was a well-deserved victory as well for the German driver.
Ultimately, it's all about whoever reaches the checker flag first, and today was his day.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
What a topsy-turvy race we got there. So we've got Vettel from ourselves, Massa going from 7th to 3rd, Kvyat 15th to 4th, Hulkenberg 5th in the Force India, Hamilton down in 7th, Marcus Ericsson getting in the points, Nico Rosberg down to 11th, Kimi Raikkonen in 13th, and the only non-finisher is Will Stevens there. But what a race, what an absolute load of carnage that has produced, and this is what it does for the championship standings. Just 27 points in it now between Lewis Hamilton and ourselves, Max Verstappen. That's obviously come down from 39, so it's a 12-point gain this time out. Who knows what it will be, if it'll be a gain at all at Silverstone. We'll be pushing our hardest to make sure it is. Constructors wise, still Ferrari looking way out of reach. So it looks like we're just going to be trying to consolidate third place from Williams, hopefully. But like I say, next time out, we're at Silverstone. It's the British Grand Prix. Will we catch Lewis Hamilton even more by the end of that race? Who knows? You'll have to tune in to find out. But until then, it's bye for now.